I want to give a shout out to a fan of mine in Las Vegas, Nick Faulkner. How you doing, Nick? Thank you for getting 2 pounds of Stevia for your mom and your dad. It's going to change your lives, brother. Guaranteed. And the story about Notre Dame, I think it comes down to 2 factors. One, Lou Holtz is a motherfucker. Everybody hated him. And he screwed people that were at the original schools that he went to for not playing. And 2 was me hearing Jerry Faust's coaches talking with Digger Phelps, the head basketball coach, about setting Jerry Faust up to lose football games. We were in the locker room before practice. I was done except for putting my cleats on. The lights went out, the power shortage. So I went out to the hallway because I knew there was emergency lighting. And I got down on one knee to tie my shoe. And Jerry Faust's coaches came out to the hallway and looked around and didn't see anybody. And they continued their conversation about setting Jerry Faust up to lose football games, how they fucked with him in practice. They had him practice plays that couldn't be. Here's one example. Lining up in kickoff formation to kick a field goal, all right? That rule went out of the books in the 30s or the 40s, but yet they had Jerry waste a full day of practice practicing something that had been defunct for over 40 years, okay? That was part of what they talked about. And what I should have done is kept in the shadows and had not let them see me, but I stood up and they all looked at me and I'm like shaking my head, running out to the practice field. So when Lou Holtz comes in, he doesn't like anybody that hasn't played already, and he screwed up. Here's an example. I was in Minnetonka, Minnesota, visiting my girlfriend, and I was at a huge gym they had there, and a guy in Minnesota Gopher shorts saw my Notre Dame shorts, and he came over to me, and we started talking, and he told me what a motherfucker Lou Holtz was, how he screwed people over, no one liked him, and he banned people from playing that had never seen the field, never gave him a chance. And I thought to myself, I'm too good for that. They called me a white LT. That couldn't apply to me. Well, it did, obviously, because Lou Holtz kicks me off the team to make room for Frank Stams. And to make room for Frank Stams, Lou Holtz kicks Cedric Figaro off his true rush in position, puts him at the drop backer, and puts Frank at rush in because Frank's not fast enough to cover wide receivers or running backs out of the backfield. So what can I tell you, brother? You know, there was a lot of shady things that went on at Notre Dame. You know, like Brother Tom coming into, to fuck with Brother Tom, I would turn on the hot water in Soren Hall and there would be pinging in the pipes. So Brother Tom would immediately come down into the bathroom to check on if everything's okay, to see if somebody's naked, okay? You know, one of the icky things. And another guy, Brother Touch, always giving hugs, you know? Many things that went on at Notre Dame that I'm going to talk about if Notre Dame doesn't help me get Stevia as a cure and splitting water into a gasoline famous. But we can do that in another session. Take care, brother.